In this video, I'm going to be explaining the easiest and most consistent strategy to complete the AFK Gaming Challenge in Megabonk. I'm going to show the character, setup, tomes, and weapons, exactly what to level up when, what can go wrong, and I'll be doing a live walkthrough of a run to show an example of this strategy in motion. Let's get into it. The character that we'll be using for this challenge is Athena. Now, in order to unlock Athena, you're first going to want to unlock the Aegis Shield, which is unlocked by blocking 500 damage with armor as Sir Ufi. Once you've unlocked the Aegis Shield, you need to then block 250 attacks with the Aegis Shield to unlock the Thorns Tome. Once you've unlocked the Thorns Tome, you simply need to get that Thorns Tome to level 9 in a single run, and that will unlock Athena. I recommend doing all of this on Sir Ufi, stacking armor and thorns once you have it unlocked, since thorns damage actually increases the damage of the Aegis Shield. Once you've unlocked Athena, the only things you need to unlock are the Aura weapon, which is unlocked by not taking any damage for 2 minutes in a single run, and the Attraction Tome, which is unlocked by using the Shrine of Suck 8 different times. Once you have all of this unlocked, make sure you select just the Aura weapon, the Thorns Tome, and the Attraction Tome. And if you have any weapon slots or tome slots unlocked, make sure to refund those. Don't worry, when you buy and refund, you don't lose any currency, so you can refund and buy freely without worrying about losing any silver. You also want to have as many refreshes and banishes as you possibly can, but the more refreshes and banishes you have, the less RNG it's going to be. In terms of items, you don't really need any items, and you're not going to be getting that many items anyway. So just for this video, I've deselected all of the items, but feel free to select any items that you think might be useful. So now that we've got the setup, how does this challenge actually run? Well, since we can't move, we can't actually run away from enemies, and so we're going to be relying heavily on the aura to take out most of the enemies for us. The aura only needs a few upgrades for it to be able to clear out basically all mobs outside of elite and boss enemies. The elite and boss enemies is where the Aegis comes in. Any elite or boss enemies that get past our aura will not be able to damage us because of our Aegis shield, and by stacking thorns on Athena, who also gets thorns per level, our Aegis shield is going to do a lot of damage, and as you'll see here in a moment, takes out the hardest parts of this challenge with relative ease. Now, the very first thing you're going to do in this challenge is once you level up to level 1, you're going to look for aura. You should be able to refresh the upgrade offers 2 times. Now, this might turn a few people off, but what I do is if I don't get aura in these 2 refreshes, I simply reset the run. You absolutely can do this challenge without getting aura at level 1, but 100% the fastest way to get through this is to just get aura at level 1, and if you don't, reset. I don't know the actual statistics on getting aura at level 1 with 2 refreshes, but it's not that unlikely. I would say on average, I would have to do about 2 to 3 resets to get aura at level 1. It's not that bad. Now, once you have aura, you'll notice that most of the time when enemies die, they drop XP outside of your pickup range. This is why the next level up we're looking for is, of course, the Attraction Tome. Unfortunately, because of how many default tomes there are, the chance of getting the Attraction Tome is pretty low, so I like to use 1 or 2 banishes on tomes that aren't the Attraction Tome to try and get this. If you get the Thorns Tome offered to you while you're looking for the Attraction Tome, make sure you take it. Without the Attraction Tome, you'll still get a decent amount of XP from enemies that walk into the aura a little bit, and elites will push you back and forth into the XP, and hopefully that will be enough to get you to your Attraction Tome. Once you have both the Thorns Tome and Attraction Tome, you should be ready to clear the first and really only hurdle of this challenge, which is the boss that spawns at 7 minutes. In my experience, this boss is pretty much the only thing that can kill a run, which means that if you get past this boss, you should be home free. There are definitely things that can happen that are just unlucky, but we can't really control those, so all we can do is focus on this boss. Now, once you have both of your weapons and tomes, you should be looking to get these level up upgrades. The absolute best level up upgrade is projectile count on the Aegis. The next best upgrade is a Thorns upgrade. The occasional aura size and damage upgrade will keep you on top of that non-elite mob clear. And if you can't get any of those upgrades, try to upgrade the damage on the Aegis or upgrade your Attraction Tome. As a general rule, I like to get 3 aura upgrades, all being size and damage. I like to get 3 Aegis damage upgrades. You want to avoid leveling your Attraction Tome past level 3. And you'll want to avoid leveling aura past level 8. Other than those bounds on upgrades, again, as I said, projectile count and thorns upgrades are going to be the priority when leveling up. As you can see in this run, I didn't even have the attraction tome when the boss spawned at 7 minutes, but thanks to some lucky Thorns upgrades, I was able to take it down pretty easily. Now you might see this and think, oh, there's no way you're going to clear the second boss, you just took so much damage from the first one, but I assure you, the first boss is by far the hardest part of the challenge, and outside of some funny business, once you've cleared this boss, you should be good to go. And if you don't believe me, here's that same run at 2 minutes when the second and final boss spawns. As you can see, I've healed up quite a lot of health because you do actually have a very slight amount of natural health regen. And since our build is good enough that we don't actually take any damage outside of boss fights, I was able to heal up almost to full health. And you can see this boss gets absolutely bulldozed. Before we get into a live run, I wanted to quickly touch on some run killers that you should be aware of before you start this challenge. The number one run killer is simply not hitting Aura or the attraction tome. As you saw in that example earlier, you can actually get past the first boss at 7 minutes without the attraction tome. But in most cases, if you don't have attraction tome, thorns, and aura by the time that boss spawns, the run is pretty much dead. The next biggest run killer is getting pushed up against a wall or into a corner. Elites, the boss that spawns at 7 minutes, and this enemy type can all push you, and if you're unlucky, you can get pushed up against a wall or into a corner. Now, I will say that this isn't always a run killer, but if you find yourself in a scenario where you're pushed up against a wall or into a corner, the boss will kind of glitch out and sit above you, and in a lot of cases, it'll eventually chip you down, and there's not really much you can do. Another pitfall with this strategy, which you can actually control, is if you get too many aura size upgrades without also leveling your attraction tome, you can get into a scenario similar to the start of the run where your aura is actually killing enemies outside of your pickup range and you're unable to gain XP. A rule of thumb I use to avoid this is for every 3 aura upgrades, you need 1 attraction tome upgrade. So if you just have a level 1 attraction tome, don't do more than 3 aura upgrades. If you have a level 2 attraction tome, you can do up to 6. And that's again why I recommend leveling up your attraction tome to level 3, because it means you can level up the aura really as much as you'd like within reasonable bounds. So I'm going to walk through a run now and just explain what I'm doing as I'm doing it, just to show the strategy in action. All right, so we hit level 1 here and I don't see aura, so I'm going to refresh. Don't see aura again. As you can see, I've got good upgrades here, Attraction Tome and a really good Aegis upgrade, but I'm not going to take them because I'm going for Aura. And as you can see, I didn't get Aura, so I'm going to reset. I'm not going to show all of these runs. I'm basically just going to skip to when I get a run with Aura. Okay, so we've got a run here. Hit level 1, got lucky and got Aura in my first offer, so I didn't have to use any refreshes. I'm going to take Aura, and then as you'll see now, I'm going to get significantly less XP because a lot of the time when I kill enemies with the aura, the XP will drop outside of the range, but I'm gonna speed this up till I hit level 2. Alright, so I'm level 2 now, and we are looking for the attraction tome, but I see that I've got a damage and projectile count Aegis upgrade, so I'm gonna take this because it's a really good upgrade. If that was just projectile count or just damage, I might have considered banishing one of the tomes. But that upgrade is very good, so we'll take it there. So we just hit level 3, and I've actually been pretty unlucky with pushes. I've got quite a lot of XP on the ground. I only have 47 seconds before the boss spawns. I'm going to look for my tome now. And if I don't find it, it might be a reset. I might just take the... Yeah, I think I'll just take the Thornstone here. What could happen here is the boss could spawn in at 7 minutes and actually push me into some of this XP. And I could level up mid boss fight. Ooh, okay. We've got, I mean, good upgrades here. I'm going to look for the attraction tome. I need to hit the attraction tome. And it's not looking good. Ooh. Not looking good. I will continue to do this run. I'm gonna take this. I will continue. I will see this run out. If the boss spawns like where my character is facing now, it could push me into that XP that's on the ground. Ooh, that's not good. This run is probably dead, but again, if I can just get the attraction tome, it could be salvageable. So a bit of post commentary here. I didn't realize this at the time, but I actually crit here. That's why the boss fell over so quickly. As a post commentary note, if you have enough levels in your Thorns tome, don't give up on the run, even if you don't get the attraction tome, because yeah, the boss could just fall over like this if you get lucky. Now it's more of the same waiting room. There is so much XP on the ground. So normally, if you pick up all of the XP after the boss fight, you should be around level 10. So there's a little bit over 2 levels of XP on the ground. I'm actually going to banish another tome here. That XP is really far away. I'm going to need 2 levels in the attraction tome to grab that, but it will probably be worth it. This run, I have actually beaten the boss. So I did say that most runs where you clear the boss should be winnable. So really all I need at this point is that attraction tome and we should be good. And there it is. There it is. We should be good now. I'm probably going to take a second point here. Yep, just going to grab all of that. Now, we've got our first swarm, and I've got no aura upgrades. So I'm actually going to prioritize the aura upgrade, even though we do have a projectile count and thorns upgrade in this offer. It's actually important to get some aura upgrades. We've got another really good one here. Probably don't need too many aura upgrades going forward. So yeah, we're going to take the thorns. Remember, the priority list is projectile count, thorns, aura upgrade, and then basically anything else. So if we were level 1 on aura, then I'd probably take the aura here, but we're also going to take the thorns. And although that's the priority sort of hierarchy of the upgrades, if you have too many of one upgrade, it can be bad. So I'm going to go for the thorns here again. You'll find that most of your level ups will be thorns. It's fine. Okay, we've got another level up, another thorns upgrade. Getting pretty lucky with the rarity on these. All right, so here I've got this enemy type spawning in, which is really bad. The regular enemies should be fine, should go down to my aura, but these, the elites are going to push me. Ooh, this is bad. This is going to push me off, hopefully. But now I am against the wall, which is bad. Do not want to be against the wall. Oh my. Oh man, it's not good. So what's either going to happen is the boss is going to spawn above me and it's going to chip me down and eventually I will die. Or if I get lucky, the boss will go up there, but it will not use its ranged attack. And if that happens, then I actually could be good to complete this run. Because something about this challenge is you don't actually have to kill the bosses. You just have to survive until the final swarm. Probably need one more aura upgrade. I think I'll take one more aura upgrade. But yeah, you don't have to kill all the bosses. So if the boss glitches out and actually doesn't hit me, then I should be fine. But we'll see how we go. I would say this challenge is like 90% RNG. A lot of that is in the very start, like whether or not you get aura or your attraction tomes. Take projectile count, obviously. But some of the RNG is in this phase. Again, if you get that enemy type, which I think it's likely to get that enemy type, then it can put you in some bad spots. So again, projectile count is the priority. So we've got the swarm coming in here. Should be fine. Gonna take thorns, obviously. And nothing too crazy. I am starting to get swarmed. I actually am starting to get swarmed. Might go a little size upgrade in the aura. I think it's because enemies are spawning on top of me because I'm against the wall. Which is another reason that I didn't mention. But it's another reason you do not want to get pushed up against the wall. I think I only have 2 damage upgrades on my Aegis. So this could probably be good. Yeah, I'm going to take this. The size also does help with the mob clearing. Again, if I was out in an open space, I would have absolutely no issues with mob clearing, but because I'm against the wall, it just makes it harder. Looks like we're good. We're just going to go Thorns here. I don't have 3 levels in Attraction. You don't actually have to go 3 levels in Attraction. It's definitely not needed, but I just say it because it means that you don't have to think about whether or not you can upgrade your aura. All right, we've got the boss here. Hopefully, I'm able to take it out before it climbs up the wall here. It's looking pretty good. Take that health. It's nice. Yep, and we should be good to go. Nice. Wow. It was pretty close. Ooh. Yeah, it was pretty close, but we got it. And that should be a wrap on the challenge, to be honest. Again, a lot of the challenge is sort of not in your control. Strategy that I've laid out in this video is very consistent. Like, I've done quite a lot of testing, and I would say it's more consistent than anything else I could think of. When I first did this challenge, it took me 20 to 30 runs. If you only count runs that don't get reset at level 1, I would say I have like a above 50% completion rate with this strategy, which, I mean, I think is pretty good. Again, you only have to do this once, so as long as you can get lucky, then that's all that matters, really. So, final few moments here. Yeah, again, the second boss did get a little hairy. I think that's mainly just because I was up against the wall. If I was out in the open, like in the middle of like flat ground, then it wouldn't have been nearly as close as it was. But doesn't really matter because got through anyway. And see, I was able to make it over a minute into overtime. So there we go. And that is the easiest way to do the AFK challenge in Megabonk. I hope this video was helpful. I know I struggled with the AFK challenge when I first tried it. So I hope this helps a lot of people. Let me know in the comments if there's anything else I should point out, and I might make a pinned comment. And let me know how you did the AFK challenge, if you did it before this video or if you had different ideas. Let me know what you did for this challenge. But yeah, thanks for watching and have a good one.